to pass that mic with Rue and Ava. It is our first little podcast. It is going to be Lightning's first podcast, and this is our little pilot episode.
Yeah, pilot episode. It's been a long time coming.
We did have a discussion on who's the lead and who's going to be the Hamish and who's going to be the Andy here. And what have we landed on? We've landed on...
Well, we've decided that Ava loves a good yap, so I'm going to keep her in control of that. And
So I'm the Hamish.
Yeah, and I'm the Andy.
She's
so
the Andy.
If you guys know what we're talking about.
Fabulous.
But yeah, we've had quite the week. Hey, Aves.
It has been a massive week.
Ava had her first ever stint on commentary, which is so exciting.
So much fun. I had Fox Sports, a really good opportunity where I was on the panel with them, with Kath Cox and Kira Tromp, which was super scary because I feel like I've been watching them for so long, and now I can finally get to have a little
She
run
got
around.
her hair and makeup done.
I
Tell
did.
us about the hair and
I got behind the
makeup.
scenes. Matt, our photo guy, got some really good BTS of me and some, I guess, me getting my makeup done, which felt really fun.
Were you nervous?
I was so nervous. I feel like I was actually like,
Sweaty
that was
palms?
the first time where I was like, even like, I guess it's kind of like today, where you can chat, but then there's a camera in front of you and you have to actually rethink what you're saying.
Yeah. I always get that when the camera's in front of me and you start smiling and then you get like the little jitters.
Yeah. You know what my mum kept saying to me? She goes, you kept like, did you have something in your teeth? Because I kept doing this. And I was like, well,
No, you're just super nervous,
I was just
Mum.
nervous. And my eye was
Anyway.
twitching.
We have, see, this is the Andy and me.
This is the Andy and Rue coming out here.
I'm keeping us
Hamish
on
just
track.
going along.
Each week, what we're going to do is talk about 3 different things that you and I want to discuss about. So for me, this week, I've got a win, a shower thought, and an ick. And Aves, you're going to tell us
An
a
ick.
trend you're loving, a rant, and a feel-good moment.
This is good. I feel like this is the chat that people kind of want to actually hear. Because I feel like we have a lot of professional conversations
Yeah.
as a professional athlete in general, but you don't really have the raw, unfiltered...
The change room chat.
The change room chat. We want the change room banter. We want
Yeah.
the unfiltered, the
BTS.
BTS. We want our guests on our shows.
By the way, Ava and I live together, so a lot of the stuff that we're going to talk about is stuff that during the week we've gone, save it for the podcast.
We've already said this a million
Yeah.
times. Don't
Save
speak.
it.
Save it. Save it for the podcast.
Anyway, my win of the week is huge. Huge news. We had the one and only Robert Owen come to our Firebirds game, which was...
We just need to enter the Bonds ad right now so you can all just have a nice
Snippet of the Bonds ad.
Snippet of the Bonds ad right now.
Anyway, he did come into our change room pre-game, which everyone was super excited for. We had no idea this was happening. And as soon as Robert Owen came into the change room to talk to rev us up for the game, it was just starstruck. I never get so starstruck. But anyway.
Oh my gosh, actually there is the best snippet of you and Chris when we got the footage of Robert being in there, the first thing that comes up after he shakes Rue's hand, because he's gone around, he's introducing himself to everyone, gets to Rue's turn after she shakes her hand. She has to stand up, by the way. Obviously Rue stood up.
Everyone's
Everyone else
sitting
sat down. Rue stood up, and the first thing she goes after the camera turns away is just a big old
swooning over Robert
swooning
Owen.
over him.
So Robert, if you're listening to this, slide into my
Robert, if you're
DMs.
listening to this, be our next guest.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Shower thought that I had during the week. Actually, I feel like I'm full of shower thoughts, but this one I specifically thought would be interesting to talk about. Do you think
Oh my gosh, I'm
if you're
scared.
smelling something, right, and you smell it enough, it's going to run out of smell?
Like you get anxiety that you're going to run out of this smell. Like
if there's a piece of yummy cake in front of me and I sniff it, right, or like anything,
it's going to run
and
away.
you keep smelling it, does it just run out of a scent?
You know what is funny to me?
Have you ever
is
thought about that?
I don't think about it like running away from me, but you know what? My mum used to always pin all of the kids in my family that like people that eat their food so aggressively and so fast, like it's running away from them. That's what it's giving with you and your smell.
What?
You need to just...
That has nothing to do with what I just
Yes,
said.
it does. Yes, it does.
I'm thinking like if I smell my candle enough, is the smell just going to run out?
Like, so are you anxious about it, or you're just like, is it going to...
I'm not anxious. I'm just saying it's a thought that I have, like a shower thought. If I'm smelling something, like this coffee, if I keep smelling it, is it going to run out of the coffee smell? Because I've smelled all of the
Like
coffee
you'll
smell.
get immune to it, like you're...
No, because it's run out.
Wow, that is a pickle
guys
for my
understand what I'm saying?
brain.
It's like, yeah. My body is used to it, and I've smelt like all the smell
So immune.
particles.
I said it right. Yeah.
Yeah, or like when people
Great
come over to your
point.
house and your house has a scent, but you wouldn't know what the scent is because you're in your house the whole time. Anyway.
No, I don't mind it. I don't mind it.
And my ick of the week.
Oh gosh, is this for each other or are we saying
No,
for
just
ourselves?
in general. Pantaloons.
So funny. Okay, we need to
Context.
So much of our Bolts fam right now listening has no idea what we're talking about with
anyway.
that word. So what
if
it
you're
is
wearing trackies, right, that have the little elastic cuffs at the bottom,
Mm.
and you're asleep or you've lied down for a while, and you know how they just start to ride up?
rising up your
Anyway, you wake up from a deep nap and you've got pantaloons on, pretty much 3/4 trackies, puffy like balloons. That's an ick.
Rue finds that an ick.
Yeah, very
That's
icky.
happened to
Pull
me a few
those
times. You do
pantaloons
drill
down.
me for that, don't you?
Anyway, there's a TikTok going around, and it's like when you wake up from your nap and you've got your pantaloons on, and they're just doing like an Irish jig, which
I do
think is
like that
quite
actually.
funny and icky.
It can be.
Yeah.
Rue is a little bit of a queen for a little ick list.
I do have an ick list on my phone.
Do we need to go through it?
Not
Do
today.
we have time?
Not today. Save it for another time.
But she's good at you're good at getting good ones, like good icks that I don't really think about, but you think about it with too much depth. And I'd
Yeah.
say that we have quite some deep chats around that area, but you go the extra mile on an
Yeah,
ick
well,
list.
if I see an ick or come across an ick, it's going straight in the notes page. There's no
It's going
waiting
straight for the
around.
potty. Straight for
We'll
the potty.
save it. Might be another segment in the future. Aves, over to you for your
Huge.
3 parts.
My 3 parts.
One
So I
trend you're
had
loving.
One trend I'm loving. Ooh.
Could be like a viral trend.
This is a good one, and I would love to do this to our coach B. Is when you say like, "I'm so hungry, I could eat," and then you say a Facebook friend,
Oh, it's
or
the
like
trend.
the trend, yeah, where you like just bring up someone random. So for you, right, I could bring up, I don't know, one of
An
your
old
second
school friend or
cousins, or
something.
yeah, an old school friend
Yeah.
that you just have not spoken to in 5 years.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, I'm so hungry, I could just eat that
So
person."
and so.
In a conversation, and
The
you would just
Firebirds did do a good one on
did.
Paula Stewart,
they did actually.
their assistant coach. I remember they put it on TikTok and we saw them say they were so hungry they could eat one of her old Facebook friends.
Imagine if we did that to B. Imagine if we, literally. Imagine if we just said to B, like, "I'm so hungry, I could eat Justin Reynolds." She would just go.
That's her husband, by the way, everyone.
That's B's partner. And what was the next one? You had
A rant.
a rant.
Oh,
Well, I've got obviously-
She actually stumbled in today
so-
into the studio.
Yeah,
Elaborate.
This was an embarrassing one for me today. I'm very humbled. Obviously, I've already got a knee on my right side that's already hustling at the moment with rehab, and so the left one was just getting a little bit lonely. Wanted some attention, so I was leaving the gym, and I've just gone
Absolutely stacked it.
on the pavements. And
I should have had that as my
I know.
ick, to be honest.
none of the players were around me, but I had all of our QAS swimmers that were they all watched me. They saw the whole thing. And of course, I'd rather no one ask me if I'm okay, but everyone was running over going, "Oh my gosh, are you all right?" And yeah, I've copped a massive big little scar. I thought I'd leave it on
Straight
for
to
you
the group
all.
chat, that one was.
Just to get you a really good shot of that. That's my graze. It's feeling beautiful. But that's a bit of a rant for me today. Like that sort of set the tone for everything, really.
And do you have a feel-good moment? Number 3.
Wow, there's just so many things I think on the weekend. That was a feel-good moment. I loved, obviously, now that I'm on the sidelines for the year, as you would know, Rue, with a bit of rehab for my knee, I'm loving getting involved in different things that aren't playing. And I had, a huge opportunity in commentary that I loved and enjoyed. I want to keep sort of going down.
Was there a moment where they threw to you in commentary and you were a bit stuck with what to say, or were you like fully run down?
Well, this is the thing, right? With the rehearsal, because we rehearsed I had to come in about an hour or two before.
Yeah.
And the way they bounce so quickly, like you'll just be on this train of thought and they go raps and they're not saying it to you, but they're like, in 30 seconds, we're changing this, boom, delivering the next segment. And for me, I don't know what the segments were.
And
like I didn't have, and I'm 21, so I'm just, free reining it out there, just a little bit rogue. But that was a tough experience, was really realizing how much they chop and change so quickly. But also a really cool experience. Learning to adapt that fast in front of a camera was fun.
All right, we've now going to talk about our group chat check-in.
Yeah.
So I think this is where we talk about something within the team that's happened during the week, something funny, inside jokes, things like that. I think in general, like the highlight for our team this week has been seeing Robert Irwin, and it's all over the news at the moment.
Everywhere.
Radio. We've had our radio
Do you reckon
host.
it's going to go further on the news? What do you reckon? Do you reckon Channel 7?
Hopefully.
When is Channel 7 going to pick it up? When's 9
I
News
think it
going to
might
pick it up?
have. I think it was on the project.
Huge moves.
It was on Channel 10. Obviously, Liz Ellis is a host on that TV program, and we know
Yes,
Robert
they
Irwin
did.
as well was on Channel 10 for I'm a Celebrity. So they're obviously well in amongst that.
Also, shout out to our media marketing
Yeah.
team. Holy smokes. The campaign was huge to
marketing.
get him there.
Yeah,
And
snaps.
Snap for our
Snap
media
for our
lightning
media lightning
team.
team.
And I'm sure you guys can even agree, even just listening. I feel like Lightning this year has
Outdone
just
themselves.
like outdone themselves in so many areas in that
We're
media
on a
line.
podcast.
We're doing a podcast. What the heck is this? And we are also just loving getting our little names and personality out there.
The Robert
aren't we?
Irwin campaign for me is absolutely topped it.
That was top tier. He is
is
a very attractive bloke. I'm just going to say it. He's a very attractive person. But also, when I say attractive, I mean in terms of like,
Well-mannered,
he's
speaks
well-mannered. What he does for Australia in general is just... He warms everyone's hearts, no matter what age you are, no matter what gender.
And I don't know if we can talk about this, but I'm just looking at our producers. But he came to our Lightning game non-paid. Like, it was all voluntary.
I know.
Voluntary?
Voluntary. That's a great question.
Also, as well, Ava and I will stuff up some words.
Oh my gosh, that's actually a common thing for us.
Yeah.
Obviously, as roommates, we laugh the same. Do we laugh the same? But
No.
you pick up each other's like
lingo
and their gestures, so you kind of like move the same. And often we pick up terrible sayings that just aren't how they're supposed to sound. I think our Bolts family are going to go a bit crazy for this one because
I think any netball,
that's such a great
anyone
point.
in the netball realm will go.
They're going to go crazy for
when
this.
they hear who our guest is.
So our guest today is the Australian Diamond captain, the
greatest of all time, the best wing attack in the world. Dare I
give
say?
or take. I don't know. Like, do you think she's the best? I'm probably like
alright.
that's probably a bit much. That's a bit of a stretch. But we are introducing Liz Watson today.
Elizabeth Brunner Watson.
Brunner. That's crazy exposure.
It's a great
Elizabeth Brunner Watson is coming in to be our guest. Well done, Lizzie.
Lizzie!
Come
Lizzie
into your
Dobbs.
chair
She's
and
here,
take
guys.
a seat. We've got to be super clear about this because we don't want you to feel like this is professional in any sort. We want our chats that we have with Liz every day to be exposed here.
Well, I feel like a proud mum. Firstly, congrats. This is awesome. I'm so proud of both of you.
I feel like mum is a good relationship. It's definitely mum. It's mum vibes.
You guys are like the kids that I don't have yet.
Yet. You've heard it here first. Yet.
Yeah. How are you? This is awesome.
Good, thanks, Lizzie. How are you?
Good.
Have you had a good morning?
I have, and I'm actually so honoured that I'm your first guest.
I know.
Yeah. We didn't really think too hard.
Was I the only one available?
Yeah, you're at the bottom of the list and everyone else
At the bottom of the
declined.
list.
Everyone's like, we'll give the girls some practice and they'll come back on when you guys are nailing it.
No, but we just knew that so obviously a little bit of context as well. We're within an Alexandra Headland group here, so we're in the same neighbourhood. We're very close to each other. We have a lot of family dinners, which I think it's actually my turn to cook, and I think everyone's a bit scared of that because...
Hold on. I need to talk about that for a second.
We need to jump into that.
Oh, no.
I will insert photos here, hopefully, of what Ava cooked me the other night, We had steak.
Other night,
seen
okay,
these.
I've had
Have you
2
seen
weeks of
this?
I've
friends.
seen these, yeah.
Steak,
I
absolutely
wouldn't-
burnt to a crisp. And for vegetables, Aves, what did we have?
We had asparagus and Brussels
Broccoli
Brussels sprouts.
Brussels
sprouts. And
They were black.
they were black, yes.
She
So
boiled. What?
yeah, look, I'm not even going to
Ava
try and defend.
Decided she'd boil the asparagus and Brussels sprouts together.
Mm.
I've come in and I've checked, and I've gone, "Hey, Aves, those asparagus are looking a little bit stringy." She's gone, "Oh." She's tipped the water out, and then we've topped it off by pan frying them to finish. Yeah, quite interesting.
Well,
It was quite
on
stringy.
that.
To be fair, Rue, I've cooked you some good ones in the past. What was with that night? I just usually
She
am good
must
with
have
my
had
meat.
something or
Usually I'm good with my
someone on
meat
her
and my
mind.
veg and my mashed potato. If you want a dish from Ava Black, you're getting sausages and mash and veggies.
we don't really
Some
step
people
out.
would love that, right? Some people are going to be jumping. Some people
Well, we
are
had
going
a
to be
great
going.
burger night at your house,
Yeah,
which
we've
I
had burger
loved.
nights.
Yeah.
And then we had a...
Euros.
I cooked that
What did we
night.
have at our house?
Souvlaki.
Yeah, so then Ava's like, don't worry, guys, I've got the next one. I'm just going to get a big, fat, frozen lasagna and chuck it in the oven. I was like, all right.
That
Okay,
is a
okay.
go-to for
You
her.
did, you said
Lasagna
that.
with Caesar salad, a little
Salad?
bit of.
Don't act like
salad.
you eat salad, dolls.
Okay, that's actually.
You want to
so
know what a
true.
professional athlete eats? For
Yeah.
Ava, it's not salad.
No, I don't mind it. It's just I like simple stuff, and I think you two really like
Nutrition.
a lot of
stuff.
nutrition. You like nutrition. What was that?
Yeah.
I think that you two have a very good diet, but you're also very cultural with your foods, I'd say. No, that's so
mean,
fair to say. You like
what's the
lots
word?
of different things and
We
flavors.
step out of our comfort zone a bit in the kitchen.
Yeah.
You're very like, give me chicken
it
tenders,
doesn't-
give me chips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't show
Nuggets and
colour on my
chips.
plate.
Don't show
No
colour.
colour.
Yeah. But we are due, so we went off
Yes,
track
we
there.
will,
We
we
are
will.
due for another family dinner, and that
Yes,
is
please.
a big part of Lizzie Watson that we also love in our relationship is she's very, very good outside of the netball
Mother
court.
figure.
And I think a big thing for you, Liz, obviously, is being the Diamonds captain, always being in the media. People do get those pretty straightforward questions from you around
Yes.
the very professional ones. They're very polished. They're not really casual. They're not really where we can dive into your personality a bit more. So
Absolutely. I love this.
So that's
I'm
why
ready
you're
for
here,
it.
that's why
Dolls.
you're here.
Okay.
My
That's what we want to
Shayla.
ask.
My little Shaylas,
My
off we
Shayla.
go.
My
What do you got for me?
Shayla.
All right.
Let's
So,
hear that.
talking about your professional athlete life, what do you think has changed the most about your game since you debuted?
My game personally?
Yeah.
Or-
Huge.
Since you started back in the Vixens, back in the day.
So back in 2014, so you guys were probably like 3 or something. Anyway.
Literally.
how old were you?
Yes,
2014, let's do the
Yeah.
maths.
Anyway,
Oh,
it
I think
was
grade
12.
6, yeah.
12,
Yeah.
basically 5. So I feel like that first year, the players I had in my team were like superstars. Like
Yeah.
Kath Cox was in my team, Bianca Chatfield, Maddie Brown. I honestly felt like all I did was take the centre pass because I was playing centre then, and I was the ultimate here if you need, stay out of the way, don't get in the way of Maddie. Like I felt like I was just there, and I loved it. We won the premiership, so maybe I need to do
What
that
did you
more
contribute to that?
often. Yeah, what did I
We'll win a premiership, Liz.
So like Caitlin
Please.
was playing wing defence, and we talk about this all the time. Like we were literally just like these babies who were just around superstars. So an awesome first experience. I think I've got it a little bit stronger, put on some muscles since
Yes.
then.
A little bit
I've
stronger.
grown.
Give some tips, please.
But yeah, I've moved to wing attack more. I was probably
Yeah.
lots of centre in my earlier days.
Do you miss it? Do you miss
Centre?
centre game? Yeah.
I do, yeah. I feel like I lose the defence quicker if I don't keep practicing it. Obviously, attacking comes more natural, but I remember like being really unfit and like in those first years in centre, I was like, you know when a wing defence might call back the centre to help out sometimes?
Yeah.
Kate would be like, I could see you running back, you looked really tired. So she'd be like,
Didn't
stay
call you
up,
back."
stay up, just put your hands up. And I was like, oh, that's the
Who
most
would have thought
embarrassing
Liz
thing.
Watson feeling unfit?
You know what though? But like, it's
But
that
yes,
adjustment to the
it
fast
was.
game.
Yeah,
'Cause
it was
it's-
insane, so fast. Like, but I think the game itself's gotten more physical and more intense. So I think that's probably had to.
That's
we've had
a
to
huge
adapt our
call.
game.
You
Yeah.
think it's more intense and faster?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
stronger
yeah.
now.
Like when you go back
Yeah.
and watch old footage, I feel like back in the day,
My day.
your day,
Yeah.
it looks very like flary. Like
Really?
the
Yeah.
landings and
There's
things like that.
probably-
Now it's more like you fight off your player before you.
Bit more
Get a ball.
technical even
Yeah.
with the landings.
Yeah, a lot more physical, but yeah, haven't it 10 11 years has flown, so I haven't really. I probably should go back and watch some of that. See what I did.
yeah.
Take the centre pass and get out
See
of the
how
way.
to play center again, just in case.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another question.
I love this
Yeah,
actually. This
you-
next one. I think we might be able to guess this, but I'm interested to hear your obviously point of view. Is the biggest misconception that people might have about you, and you can go specifically for netball, or
Yep.
you can take this on a whole nother level of just you feel like people have a misconception about you and your personality.
Well, I feel like you two should answer this because you always say. I remember you guys saying like, "Oh my God!" Like imagine 2 years ago when you first came to Lightning. I could not imagine you doing this or saying this or hanging out or be my friend.
I would say the example, but I can't.
I know. But I just feel like you said earlier, you do
Yeah.
get put in this, like, I guess, professional limelight and you are kind of representing your club, but then also the Diamonds and there's all that comes with it. But I feel like I just want to keep it fun and fresh and I love hanging out with you guys because you're, you know, young, enthusiastic. It's like, it's not that deep. Like,
That's
it's
a good
fun.
point,
I always
yeah.
try and say, like, netball should be fun and I want to
Yep.
keep it fun. And I feel like when I play, you want to be that professional and you want to play well. But I probably am more, I think because on court, I don't really give off a lot. I'm probably just
We're
more
very serious and calm
composed.
and
My face
composed.
doesn't change too much, I guess. I'm not really one of the, I guess, athletes who have a bit more show and flair
yeah,
and a bit
I'd
more
agree.
Just get it
theatrics out there.
done.
So that probably might reflect that I am like that off the court, but I think it's a lot more fun off the court.
I feel like that's a huge point as well around when I first met you, or even when you were actually Liz Watson and I was on, as we both were.
You were 5.
Yeah, when I was 5, when I was, a little youngster and you're
Playing
watching
with
yourself on the
Barbies.
TV and
Yeah.
even before you came into the Lightning environment, obviously you've
Yeah.
been a Diamonds captain for a while. So I feel like there was that misconception of like, in my head, to be the Australian Diamonds captain, you have to do everything right. You have to not have a laugh almost. Like you can't show
Yeah.
these non-professional behaviours, or you can't speak about things that might, I don't know, seem a bit rogue, or I don't know,
Yeah.
show personality in that netball realm. I always found that it was probably a bit more of a straight shooter. Whereas
Yeah.
I've realised now why the reason you're the captain is the fact that you are just yourself and you're very real and you like a lot of humour and stuff like that. And I think that's what...
Yeah, you've got to
That's
find
that
the balance. Like,
misconception.
there's obviously that time where you need to be that professional, and especially when you are leading a team or you're out on tour, you know, there's that balance of. But I think you're so much more relatable and so much more open, and people will open up to you so much more if you can just
Agreed.
relax a bit and have fun. And you're not seen as someone who's up here and you're always at that level, because that's impossible,
Unattainable,
as you
yeah.
know. So it's finding the balance and knowing when to lock in and actually
Yeah.
go hard, but then have fun off the court.
Yeah.
Great
'cause
point.
It goes so quickly.
You can
guys
do
are at
the
the
thing-
start of your
yeah.
career, which is crazy. So yeah, it flies by.
Yeah.
Huge.
Back onto your professional athlete life.
Yes.
What we see all the time, especially this is going again off you being the Aussie Diamonds captain, our Lightning vice captain, a girl that is consistent across the board with everything netball related. How do you stay motivated all the time, and are you motivated all the time?
Ooh.
Because I feel like everyone just looks at you and goes, "Oh, it's Liz Watson."
Yeah, she
The
never
best in
not
the world.
sweats. Yeah.
How does she ever?
This is so weird. You guys actually be nice to me. Like
I
this
know.
doesn't happen.
We are
So
getting serious, aren't
I'm a
we?
bit like shocked here.
Well, to be honest, when Liz moved here, we were fangirling hard, and then we got to know you as well. And,
Like,
still
oh,
fangirling,
Can we go
she's
back to
not
the
all
days when you
that.
actually respected me?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, there's no respect now.
Yeah.
Absolutely none.
I think obviously moving clubs has been a massive motivation as well. Like when I came in, it literally felt like my first day of school, first day at a new club when I started here. And you just want to do well. I wanted to sort of come in and not have come in with what I've done in my career and what I've experienced. And it sort of, that was my mindset. Come in and earn that from everyone. Earn the respect, earn the...
clean slate.
Yeah, clean slate, work hard, show everyone that you're going to work hard, you're going to play hard, you're going to do everything you can for the club. So that was my mentality coming in. And I try and carry that wherever I go as well. Like even, with Aussie stuff, it's never, ever guaranteed. Like people say, oh, you're the captain. Like you know, you'll be fine. Like, no, it's not guaranteed. You've never, ever guaranteed a spot in the squad or a team. So you've got to constantly work hard. And yes, there's things that you want to chase, like whether it's a premiership with Lightning or, you know, Common Games work. Like, they're very, very big motivators to keep working towards. But I think, like, just the day-to-day fun and just thinking, like, what we get to do is so cool. Like,
It is, isn't
you've got
it?
to put it into perspective. Like, this is not work, I don't think.
Sometimes you
Doesn't
can get
feel-
so wrapped up in,
Yeah.
obviously, we want to see women's sport progress and
Yeah.
we want to get paid more. We want to see it evolve in that way. But also, when you really just stop and think and go, holy smokes,
Yeah.
what we do every day is so much fun.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like, that's enough to go, I'd love to do this for the rest of my
Yeah.
life.
And not saying like women's sports still has a massive way to go, like where we are now. I think it's growing, but I just think back to when that first year with the Vixens, and talking to someone like Bianca, who was at the end of her career, she would say things like, "Oh, we used to travel with like a sandwich press or like
That's crazy.
things like that because
Or a roll of tape that they had to pay for.
They had to pay for tape. I think their first contract was like $2,000. Like, so you've got to put into perspective, like, it's grown from then, and then hopefully we grow it for you guys. So we have this conversation now, and then in 10 years' time, you'll look back and say, remember that time when like Liz said, you know, and we were still working and like all that sort of stuff. So hopefully it keeps going forward, but
Hopefully.
perspective's a big thing.
That'd
And
be
Great
so
point.
cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, take a breath, Ava.
Well, it's good topics, isn't it? It's getting me like
You're a deep
motivated.
thinker. That's what I love about
I am
you.
a deep
She's
thinker.
a deep thinker. I remember
I
one day
do.
lying by my pool,
Yeah.
and Ava.
Was
I
this
don't know
just
where
you and I?
were.
Rue was
It was
busy.
just me and Aves.
Oh, we did
and-
invite Rue, remember? That was the
Oh,
day.
that was the day we just cut her off.
I have
Yeah.
the worst case of FOMO,
Yeah.
so
Rue
I
gets
doubt that was
bad.
the case, guys.
Bad FOMO.
But
Whereas
Ava
I'm the
was like-
opposite. I feel
Yeah.
like, yeah.
So
I'm
we're lying
chilling.
there, and she's like, "Do you ever think about, you know, you go into a room and you think about what someone's thinking, and then you leave, and then you're thinking, and then you keep thinking, and
And then
I'm
you go on
like,
that train of thought.
and I was like, no.
Get this girl on a podcast.
And she's like, oh.
You don't
It
think
was
about
like-
that? That's all?
It
Okay,
was
we
so
just didn't
funny.
care.
Like,
Yeah,
I
no.
just love your brain. Love how it works.
I feel like this is
And then I
the
was like, do
this
I
is
not
where
think
our
enough?
family dynamic works well though, because
Yes.
Hamish, Liz's
Yes.
partner, is a huge
Fiancé.
overthinker.
Sorry.
Oh goodness, sorry,
Wow.
fiance.
Partner.
Let me wrap that one again.
He's still your partner.
Fiance, show
Yeah,
the ring
true.
again. Give the camera to the ring.
Bit of a
There you
boy.
go.
Give the camera to the ring.
The camera to the ring. Hamish is a deep thinker. He's
Yes.
very much a
You two in a
spurt brain,
conversation,
I call it.
Yeah.
and then it's ruined.
Rue and Liz are talking about fashion, and then Hamish and I are talking about
Why space?
think about the Earth. We're on this little tiny blop.
Yeah.
Here we go.
How
we're
was
like-
Earth created?
What do you want for dinner?
Then
Have
you
you
two are
seen
like,
the new drop from that brand?
yeah.
what's the
That
And we
trend
just look
going on?
over at those two, and
sitting
we're
on the
like, I
couch,
don't even know what
like-
they're talking about, and
We're
I'm not
just-
even going to ask.
Yeah.
Let them do it.
So yeah.
Let them have their
But it's
moment.
good. It's a good balance.
It's
I
great
think that's what
balance.
makes our little partner duo, Rue and I,
What's
the
it
partners.
called? We've got a group chat
Our
called.
little old
Old
farts.
There you go.
Which I think is funny because we like to just call them ancient.
Yeah.
We love calling Liz ancient, don't we?
But
Yeah.
again, like no
In a
hate.
respectful
Yeah,
manner.
Respectfully.
With so much wisdom, Liz.
She's wise beyond her years.
Thank you.
Wise beyond your years,
Thank you.
so 40.
31 is not old.
31's a new 21.
Thank you. 30s are the
I've
best
heard
year
your
of your
30s are
life.
your
Apart
best.
from waking up and your like ankles hurt, your back hurts, like that is real. But everything else.
Oh my gosh. Remember? Oh, you've been battling. You've been battling a bit of a sore back,
Sore back,
haven't
sore
you?
ankle, like it's just
Because
It's
she's
probably because how
carrying
you
the team.
sleep. It's how Liz sleeps.
'cause I'm
You
carrying-
sleep
Oh,
like
here we
Oh,
go.
this.
yeah, here we go.
Liz, we had this conversation, didn't
you
we?
got to describe
Liz
it.
sleeps like this.
All right, if you're rooming with Liz Watson on an away trip, don't be alarmed if you wake up and look next to you
So
and
maybe
she
describe
is
it to the-
flat on her back,
Here we go.
head back, feet are up, 2 feet up like this.
Yeah, literally. Like, I think
and
you have your
just
eyes
wake
open
up
too.
like that. She probably has her eyes open, I'm not going to lie.
And you know what's crazy too?
Oh.
Is you mouth breathe. I know it.
Really?
No, I'm joking.
Oh,
I
here we go.
I just mouth breathe. you
Ava
saw.
just tries to bring everyone onto the mouth breather side because she will
Guys, come on,
literally
come
fall
to the dark
asleep.
side.
No, I don't move when I sleep. I'm dead. Like
You're dead.
She's
dead, I
mummified. You're
don't-
literally like
Yeah.
Interesting.
probably arms crossed too.
You know,
Probably.
there's people
No, they're
out
behind
there
the
that are
head.
curious to know how you sleep. So we've just given them some really good content there.
Insight, guys.
All right.
Professional athlete life still.
Yeah, I do like the professional athlete life.
what's one non-negotiable you do every day, day to day,
Yep.
to like make you switch off from netball, like away from the netball side of things?
Really good.
I feel like I
question.
can answer it for her, but
Okay,
I'll just
go.
ask you anyway.
What are
No,
you
we
gonna-
need to let her answer. We're interviewing her.
I think I'm pretty good at when I leave the arena or training to not think about it. So I feel like I've done it for a long time now that you kind of just know.
Wish I could do that.
You wish you could do that.
She just thinks and thinks. Her thoughts have thoughts.
You've got to just, I think I'd put all my energy when I'm there, and then when I leave, it's like, I think having Hamish at home too, and just
True.
another life that's like not netball. He's very, very good at putting things into perspective for me. And if I feel stressed or something, you know what he says? Stress is a choice. I was like,
Hamish.
Oh, Mish.
but I get
Coming
it.
out with
Like
the
it
one-liners.
and he's like, oh, if something's worrying me or I know something, like I'm in the midst of something that's like, he's like, time will come to an end. And I was like,
Yeah, will it matter in 5 years?
yeah. Or like you'll get through this little shitty week that you're having, that time's going to come to an end. And
It's such a niche
Like-
personality, though, to be able to
You wanna
have
strangle
that mindset.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. It's
it
helpful.
is what it is.
It is helpful. It is what it is. And I think
Until
him
it
not
isn't.
being in the sporting world, and he's a teacher, so he's working, every day, and that is the reality of
Yeah.
work, that we don't have to do that sort of work. So we're very, very lucky. Yeah. So I think just
It
switching
must
off.
be unreal, though, having such a good balance at home away from
Yeah.
netball, because I think that's probably something where Rue and I lean into you more around that advice, is having that life outside of netball, that home environment. Obviously, Rue and I are very still netball dominated at home.
Yeah.
Single girl income.
Single girl income, single girl
Irrelevant,
in
sorry.
general.
Well, we do some cute beach days, like
Well, I
got the
was
fat
gonna
boy
say,
bike.
like,
We can go riding.
We switch off by go playing like
mermaids. We play mermaids.
Okay,
Not
we.
you.
Ava won't join us for that.
I switch off by music.
Jazz. Yeah.
Jazz,
No, Rue and I usually go down to the beach at 5, just when the
Yeah,
sun's setting
sunset.
a bit, and we just sort of
Play in the shallows.
and
linger
chat,
in the
and that's when all the
shallows.
good chats happen.
Yeah.
Mermaids.
Let
Great
it out.
point.
It's okay. Ava, we
Yeah.
might invite you one day.
No,
Well, Ava
no,
just
you
in
guys are
general
good. It's just, I
doesn't-
think it's just the walking. You guys are a big sunset walker.
Okay, guys, you
a
live
hot girl
across the
walk.
road from
For
the
me,
beach.
it's got to be like
It's
it's
like
a
100
mission
meters.
unless I'm getting food. Like, what's the end destination? You know what I mean? I'm not
You're
just walking
literally
2
across the
Ks.
road.
Yeah,
She
no.
needs
Anyway.
motive.
Okay, but
She
up on my
does.
knee.
Yeah.
Your
No,
knee,
this is
okay.
before my knee. Oh, great though. Potty's a
Back
good one,
on track
remember?
now. We're going to get to know you a bit more, Lizzie.
Okay.
If your teammates had to vote you most likely to, what would it be?
Oh.
Like if you could be most likely to blank.
Most likely to.
Oh, I've got one, but
Oh.
oh my
Okay.
god!
Do you just want to
I'm
answer all the
sorry.
questions?
Oh, pause. So here's Rue. This is a common thing. That's a joke about Rue.
Oh.
If she wants to say something,
Yes.
she's gonna ask a question first, and then
Yes.
she's
Hope
gonna
that
quickly.
someone
It's for
asks
her, for her to say an answer.
It's like
know.
those people you
I'm
talk to
so
and
sorry.
you know that they're not even listening to your
Yeah.
answer because they're ready to say
they're ready
their
to say what
answer
they wanna say.
or ask their question. Yeah.
So that was-
Sorry, Rue, go.
Carry on,
No.
Rue. Now go with what you want to say.
No, it's fine. What do you think you'd be most likely
And
to?
then she says, "No, it's fine." Most likely to be early to training.
Oh,
Always.
what I was gonna
so
say.
early.
also just like anything social.
Early.
You make an effort. No, just
Oh.
mostly likely to show up for off-court stuff as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
I think
Oh,
you're very,
thanks.
you're very good at that.
Social committee.
Yeah. No, I'm always early. I don't know. It's just engraved in me to just be early. And I think it's come from my dad.
probably a
'cause he
Melbourne
was
thing
here, like,
too.
Melbourne thing because of the
Traffic.
traffic. Yeah. But Dad was here last week, and you know those memes about dads at the airports who are like 5
Yes.
hours early? That was my dad.
And don't pack a phone or any
Nah.
movies. They
or
just
like,
sit there like
he's got a carry-on
on
bag.
the plane the whole time.
He's got a carry-on bag and he has to weigh it. Like
What? I've never weighed a
you know, like
carry-on
the
bag.
scale thing. You know the clip-on scale. You know what I'm talking about? Have you seen them?
Yes.
You clip them onto your suitcase, you lift it up, and it has like a number.
Oh, the little
Like,
toggle thingy.
Yeah, like it weighs your bag.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
But it's like
He
a
just
little
wants to be in
carry-on.
the rules.
Yeah, no, it's great. So anyway, we're there 3 hours early, but that's fine.
That's good. That's
That's
the
where I get it
Watson
from.
way.
Yep.
That's the Watson
Yep,
way.
that's
It's not a
Dad.
bad way to be.
Yeah,
Better than being
early
late
than late. I
and-
agree.
Mm.
All right. when you're making a tough decision or you need to
Yes.
make a call on something, are you logic or are you going based off gut feeling?
I'm going based off gut. Gut.
Huge. I would have thought you were a bit more.
No. See, I tried the logic. Doesn't work.
I've tried logic. I've tried to use my brain, and it's better
Try to
if
use
I
my
don't.
brain. Better if I use my gut. I think I believe in your gut instinct. I think it's so real.
Have you
Like-
had any like moments like in life where you're like, oh, I knew, or like I just wish, or like
That
when you
gut feeling.
reflect on something, you're like, I actually
Yeah.
had a gut feeling.
I
that was
actually
gonna
get this a
happen.
bit before games, and I have a gut feeling sometimes if
When
we're
we're
going to
gonna
win or
lose.
if we're going to lose, if we're going to have a good game. And
Don't
it's-
share that.
And it's like, I need to, if I think we're going to have a poor performance or a bad, I've literally got to start visualizing like, nope, get your head out of this. Yeah, it's real.
You also said to me one time, and this is on this same track, where I think I maybe had a conversation with you last year, and we were talking about like, you know, what if you've had like a bad day or a bad
Training.
sleep and you
Yeah.
have the night before and it's just nothing's going well, say you didn't eat what you wanted to or you didn't
Yep.
get your choice, because sometimes when you're away with a team you don't get to pick everything you want and it
Yep.
doesn't go to plan, and you would straight away like, nah, if I've had a good training week,
Yeah.
it does not matter that 24 hours before.
No,
I'm not thinking about it.
And it's actually, studies show, I don't know what studies, but there are studies that show, if you don't sleep well the night before the game, that's so fine. As long as you've had a bank of sleep throughout that week. If you've had 7 bad nights, you're probably going to be in a bit more trouble. But the night before a game, it's actually fine. As long as you've done, you know, consistent sleep, consistent everything else throughout the
Yeah.
week, you'll be fine.
It's so easy to wig out about it though.
Yeah,
Because you go, oh my
yeah.
gosh, last night I think I had 4
Yep.
hours of sleep.
Yeah.
You're probably going to be fine.
Yeah. Adrenaline will kick in. Your body's got like a
Yep.
bank of sleep from the week.
Yeah.
This is my scientific
No, I like
reasoning of it.
No, I like it too.
Yeah, so don't stress over one bad night's
I
sleep.
think that's really
or-
good advice for people who love to think a lot and
She's
have
looking at
thoughts
me
on
there.
top of thoughts. Yes, I was
Yeah.
looking
Yes,
at Ava there.
that's.
for
I
those
do wig out
listening.
about those type of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like a routine and that
Yes.
sort of stuff. So I think that's what
Yeah.
I like, that way
Yeah,
of thinking.
think
Though
about
I
your
need
week
to.
and- yeah.
Okay. Huge. All right. So we've already seen the ring on her hand. You're engaged now, Liz,
Yes,
to
I am.
Mish.
Mm-hmm.
If your bridal party
Yeah, that's really
was made up of teammates,
Oh.
past or present, who's doing the speech and who's banned from the mic?
Great question.
Oh my god. So I have to expose some people here.
Now think about it.
Name
You've also
drop.
got some really like past player friends like Bianca,
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
Gretel.
Yes, Gretel.
Who you giving the mic to? Who are you keeping it away from?
Oh.
Pass the mic to. Who
I'm
you
giving
passing
the
that
mic.
to?
I'm passing the mic to. So this is like at the celebration, right?
This is the
Give
celebration.
them a few drinks. You can have a speech.
Everyone's blind. No.
Everyone's there having a great time. I'm probably not going to give it to Hannah Mundy.
Or
Yeah, sorry. I
Even for
want.
entertainment though?
You know what? Yeah.
Like what
maybe.
speech are you wanting? If you're wanting a entertainment speech,
If
Hannah.
I wanted something, yeah, laughs. Okay, she can have the laugh one. I reckon
who's gonna like air out some like
Jamie
Yeah.
Lee
Ooh,
Price.
big one.
She's got the balance of really cute, lovey, teary, you know, love my friend, but then will roast me. So there's always this running joke of like Jamie and Gretel. Every time we travelled, they would bully me. Now, bully's a strong word, and we just use it in like the context of
Banter.
us.
Yeah. Yep.
But they'll listen to this and they'll say, no, I wasn't. And they always say, I react to everything. So they've started calling me Nukes, which means nuclear bomb, because that came from Hamish. And he said, stop being a nuke, stop being a nuke. And then he told Jamie, and then now Jamie and Gretel, they just say that I
No,
just
they hammer
blow
you.
up and just, yeah, because they know how to like,
They know how to grind your
They
gears.
know how to
yeah,
press
They
or
know
they
how to get
know what
under
to
the
press.
skin.
And I've tried to just not react. But now when I don't react, apparently that's a reaction. And they're
I would agree with
she's
them on
being
that.
quiet now.
Oh, she's going
What do you want me to
ghost.
do?
Yep.
So we go back and forth. So we've got a group chat as well called the Honey Bunnies. And
cute.
Honey Bunnies. And we roast each other in that. But yeah, they're probably two of my besties from netball. So they'll be there.
You'd pass
They'll
the
be there.
mic to
I'll
them.
pass the mic to them.
They'll
yeah.
give some nice
They'll give like the
balanced.
Have you seen Bridesmaids where
Oh,
they
huge
fight over
movie.
the mic? Like one more thing,
Yeah.
one more thing, one more.
Yeah,
That's
that's
them.
them. Oh my
gosh.
hang
I
on,
love
one more
that
thing.
scene,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. That'll be them.
That would be
So,
good.
Yeah.
I would agree. I think I would say those two for you too
Yeah.
as well. I feel
Yeah.
like you
They're good
speak
friends
very
and-
highly of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you
There
go,
you go.
Jamie and Gretel. They'll be happy with that one.
Yeah.
If they get an invite, we'll see.
If they get an invite, if they're on the guest.
The honey
Is that on the
bunnies.
list?
will be
Okay.
at the wedding. Lizzie,
Yes.
if you had to draft a netball Hunger Games team
Oh my god.
with 3 other Aussie athletes to survive with you, who are you choosing and why?
Okay, this is where our ages like are exposed. I've never seen
Different
Hunger Games. I
generation.
couldn't even
Are you
tell you
kidding?
one thing about Hunger Games.
Do you
Hold
want
up.
like a brief
Hang on,
rundown?
Hunger Games was before.
Okay, sorry, maybe it's not an age thing, but
Yeah,
it's
I
like
think so.
a
Just a cool thing?
you may be
that
a
you're
cool
not a
thing.
part of.
Like I don't know what it is.
Crazy.
I couldn't like. Do you want to have a guess what Hunger Games is? 'Cause
Yeah,
I
tell
don't
us.
know.
Tell us
what it
your
is.
version of the Hunger Games. Go.
I'm assuming it's like people fighting together to like win something.
I'm actually done.
Like
you
a
have
team?
no idea what the movie is.
No,
Yeah.
The book?
no.
Katniss. What?
Based off See, nothing to me.
Nothing.
In one, in out the
Ghost
other. I don't
mode.
know. No.
Oh my gosh.
Aves, give us a quick rundown.
Yeah, Liam Hemsworth in that. You haven't
He's
even
in that?
seen any edits.
He's in
What?
that?
No.
Oh
Sorry.
my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow. Hunger Games, that's up there for me. That's quite
Is it a
up there for
movie?
one of my
Like, it's not a
favorites. It's a
series?
movie. But you've got like, there's a part one.
It's a trilogy.
Yes, that's the word. Rue,
So
that's
it's
good.
like on Netflix.
Yes, it's on
Alright.
Netflix.
Go give it a watch.
You just need to watch
Maybe
it.
I'll download
I think
for our
it's,
Perth trip.
Well, this is probably now an insight to you. What are you watching? Like what?
I'm
you
watching
don't,
like
Barbie.
Yeah, like what fun? Not Barbie, but like
She did not say Barbie.
Yeah, Barbie.
Oh, let's put
That's
words in her
rude.
mouth.
have you ever heard of like Sweet Magnolias? Do you know that show?
No.
You know that show? It's sort of like they're like little Netflix series that are like cute, like.
It's giving like
And now I'm
Anne and
watching
Green
Ransom
Gables.
Canyon, which is like another kind of vibe. It's like
Country.
just about a town, and like it's like Home and Away, the drama in the town.
Oh, you are a home and
Like-
away kid, aren't you?
Oh, I don't watch Home and Away, but like it's those kind of vibes.
Mm.
But also, I don't really. I don't know. I don't know what I do. Honestly, I don't.
You
really
don't really
watch.
watch. Do you not watch?
No,
I don't think you
I
that
don't watch
much.
movies. I don't watch. Okay, hang on a second.
Hold up. Go on then, redeem yourself.
I go over to these lovely ladies' houses, right?
Here we go.
Open the door because their door has no lock and anybody can just walk in, pretty much.
That's true.
And they're on the couch.
Hey, hold up for everybody out there in the public. It is locked, and you
They're
can't
on
just
the,
make yourself.
they're
in.
on the couch watching like Disney or like
What was it that time? Rio.
Rio
watching
or
Rio.
like
Great movie.
Madagascar or like those kind of things, and like fully on the couch, like locked
Oh, yeah,
in,
locked in.
locked
It's-
in. And I'm like, guys, hi, I'm here. Or Rue's on the iPad playing like Roblox or something.
Oh, Rue's a gamer.
Roblox.
That's another disclosure there.
Roblox. What's a
Rue,
Roblox.
Rue loves
Roblox.
Rue's the iPad kid, and we joke about this all the
Loud
time.
and
You know
proud.
the you know
Yeah.
the iPad kids at school that are like.
With legs going like
And their legs are like this, and she's on the couch. I
Yes.
come in and she's like, "That's what Rue. That's what
greasy
Rue.
fingers.
greasy fingers
Yeah, to
on
the
the
point
iPad.
where she didn't even look up at me when I walked into the room because
Hold
she's
on.
Yeah,
playing
playing Nintendo
Context,
Switch.
context, context.
what, you're about to die or something.
Yes. You got to lock in. Ash Irvin and myself, we will FaceTime each other, I'm going to say like twice a week, probably
More.
after training. And we just lock into Roblox and we just,
Yeah.
explore some fun games. To the point
And I'll
where
be
Ava's been concerned for my well-being.
because I'm in my room, you know, doing whatever in my room. Okay, I'm listening to music in my room, and
Yep.
I'll just hear like screaming, just like, "Oh my gosh, no, he's there!"
Behind you,
Who's
behind
here?
you.
And I get up and I'm outside. I'm like, what the heck? Like, what's going on, Rue? And I'm not kidding. That vision
It's the
of like
iPad.
a kid with their feet like this, like
On their bed, like
squealing with the iPad right there. That's Rue.
the bowl
and
of
she's
like
playing
chips or
Roblox.
something.
Mm.
Wow.
Wow, guys.
So yeah, that's my movie.
That's why Rue's single, really.
That's my movie.
It's actually a huge green flag.
It is. Some people will find that a green flag. I'd agree. Some people are going to find that cute. Someone's probably going to say,
You know, those things where it's
No.
like he's probably out cheating.
He's probably out
yeah,
playing
meanwhile,
Roblox.
Rue
Probably
at
just playing
home,
Roblox.
she's probably playing Roblox. Time. Okay. I like these because this is really Gen Z of us. It's very, Gen Z of us. Joking, Liz.
Wow. It's okay.
But I do think this is like a good one to play. And it's red flag or green flag.
Yes. I like this.
And we speak about this so much. And sometimes it's so many different topics you can go into.
Is there a beige flag?
Ooh, I like a beige flag.
Pink flag.
I think that's important.
Pink? What's that for?
What's a pink flag?
Kind of red, but not red.
It's beige.
I think beige is the middle.
Anyway, she's the diamond with the ring. So now we're going to get some advice from Lizzie Watson.
Oh.
Red flag, green flag.
Relationship advice.
Yeah, we're judging fake scenarios like they're real life.
Okay.
And we read out
Are
some
you sure
relationship,
they're
friendship. They could be real, but the Bolts fam doesn't know that. So we're
they're
playing
fake.
like it's fake.
Okay.
And yeah, basically we read out some
These are good.
relationship,
I've just had a read ahead, sorry.
friendship, and situationship behavior,
Yep.
and decide should we stay or run.
Okay.
So she's the diamond with the ring. It's time for some advice from Liz Watson.
I feel like I'm Dr. Phil on the couch.
Okay,
Hot seat.
are you ready?
Yep.
Let's go one for one so Rue has an opportunity to hit that second one
Love
because I think
that.
that's on yours. All right. Never posts on their socials, even after dating for a year.
See, I think that's fine. I would say green.
Green flag.
Yeah. I feel like if you guys have a trusting, great relationship, you don't need to show it off to the world.
Even as a professional athlete, because sometimes that gets a little bit funnier too,
No.
where they don't want the public to know that
As in,
they're
so
seeing
hang on,
someone.
green flag means it's fine. That they
Red
do
flag
that.
means
Run.
It's sus.
No, see, I think it's fine. If you're thinking it's sus, then it's sus. Ooh.
Deep thought.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so if there's
you
other
should
things-
never
If
think,
there's trust
like,
issues.
you should never think, why haven't I been posted? Because you've got such a great relationship. A post isn't going to change anything.
What if it's one-sided? Like, one
That's
partner
fine,
is
'cause I look at-
posting, the other one's not.
Yeah. See, I look at Hamish and he just doesn't really post because he's just.
But you're on there. This
Oh yes,
is
okay.
like
So this is the never on there.
he's not on there after dating for a year.
Yeah.
You're not on there, sorry, for example.
I see where you're coming from, but I'm still going to say green.
Green
I
flag.
hear you.
Yeah, I hear you, but
What do you think, bro?
I don't know. I agree.
yeah.
I think it depends on the person that you're with. I think
we're sitting on the fence, aren't we?
if someone's like posting regular, like you're seeing Instagram dumps, and for example, you might go on a trip somewhere with them,
Yeah.
and you've
And you're
posted
not in
about that
there.
trip as well, and you've posted them from that trip,
Yes,
and they're doing a post on that trip, and you're not in it.
If they're a
that's
regular
sus.
user of posting, you're probably going to be a bit sus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True,
Sussy.
good
Yeah.
point.
If
Like
they're just
how
like
common
not
they're
really
on there.
posting.
Yeah.
Sorry, what am I
Next
giving
red
you?
flag, green flag.
Yeah.
Sends voice notes instead of text.
See, I don't mind this.
That's such a win for me.
That's yeah.
Our group chat.
Yeah, green. Yeah.
Green flag.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think it's
like
so much more
this.
funnier too.
On WhatsApp.
Okay.
That's a red flag.
WhatsApp is a red flag.
That's
Who's
the
using
only
WhatsApp
way
to
she
text their
communicates
partner?
to Hamish off WhatsApp.
She texts her fiance off WhatsApp.
I love WhatsApp.
Hmm.
Anyway, I think because long story. Don't worry.
No,
Isn't it-
go on. We're here. We got time.
I feel like when he was traveling overseas and stuff, it's just like WhatsApp was just. But I know iMessage you can do the same, so it doesn't make
true.
sense.
No, I get you.
Anyway, we're just stuck on the WhatsApp.
Okay. Has a friendship with their ex. And just before you answer that, this is
You need to define friendship for me.
friendship. Okay, they're contacting each other a lot. They check in a lot.
What's a
Maybe
lot?
even he asks her advice about things you two are going through. So maybe he
Oh,
also
Yeah.
opens that door around saying, "Hey, my fiance did this. What like? Can I just let off some steam to you? Like I need to just talk to you about something."
And you're it's just like the previous ex.
That's the previous ex, or maybe
Like-
not the previous one, just the ex in general.
Nah.
Yeah, that's raps
Why?
for me.
Like why them? You've got all your boy mates and sisters.
Yeah,
talk
so
to.
you would find
I'd say
it
red.
highly disrespectful.
Well, like what is a lot? Like when you say talking a lot, like weekly, daily, you know?
Well, even just in general, what if it's once a month and he's just checking in with her around your relationship and how he is?
or doesn't.
That's weird that
Yeah.
you're checking in on a relationship.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm
Red
not
flag.
a fan. Yeah, a little bit of
Red flag, Rue?
Yeah.
Red flag?
red flag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say that's a red flag as well.
Yeah.
You've got me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surely there's
Fiancé
someone else in
too.
your life that you can go
Yeah.
and get
Your
advice
mum.
from. Yeah. Call up somebody.
Mummy.
Call someone.
Call
Seriously.
someone.
Not your ex.
Put it as a Facebook status and get some.
Only people in your generation do that.
Put it on a Facebook status comment. What the heck?
Get
Ask for
comments
advice
on your
there.
Facebook status.
Do a
Or
podcast
ring
and ask
up
for
to
advice.
us
Don't
and
be
we'll
going
give you
around.
advice.
Ask TikTok. I don't know.
Yeah,
Anyone.
or don't ask your ex.
No.
Find another female friend, or is that also sus? Is that sus?
That's another.
That could be sus too, actually.
Nah, I
Yeah.
think X is a bit
Okay.
strange.
Fair.
When they say, I'm really bad at replying,
Oh.
but they're viewing stuff and just not getting back to you.
Why is that me?
Hey.
I'm curious about this actually.
Is this coming from the heart? Do we have a chat?
Maybe later.
Oh, is this coming from a little bit of a traumatic experience for me?
Yeah, that's if you want, if they wanted to, they would.
would.
You know,
Okay.
you can call, you can snap. There's so many ways to reply. If you don't like calling, that's fine. If you don't like texting, that's fine. If you don't like voice noting, that's fine. Snap. There are so many ways. What is the reason?
What if he's like
What is the
a
reason?
doctor? What if he's a lawyer and he's flat out?
Yeah, but find time.
Ooh,
Honestly,
you
find
reckon?
time. You don't work 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
But some doctors do.
Back to what Lizzie
Okay,
said.
but
If
you
they
can
wanted to,
send
they
it-
would.
You probably have a little lunch break that you can send a text in and say, I'm flat out. I'm not going to,
Or
True.
the heads up.
No.
Yeah.
If they
Yeah.
can, like if they
Okay.
want, no.
On this,
don't
though,
accept that, girls.
Like
don't
replying,
accept that.
yeah, don't accept that. That's Mama Watson
No.
coming in here. Don't
If they,
accept that.
If they, want
So,
to talk to you, they will.
Like for me, I don't have substance in someone in a lunchtime going. There's no substance for this for around. Like if you're just gonna fling me a text and go, hey, like what you doing?
Yeah.
That's for me. That's not like I'm not like kudos. He responded. I'd rather you not respond and then actually catch up with me
Yeah.
properly.
Yeah, I get that, but you got to plan that catch up.
Oh, how are you doing that if you're
By
not
starting a
responding?
conversation
By
like, hey, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair. Anyway, up for discussion.
Radio.
Next game.
Next
I
game
love your
we've got for you
games. Yep.
is something called Pass or Play. So it's a hype check segment where we call out the trends, obsessions, or hot topics from viral trends to crowd favorites. And we decide are we going to hype it or are we passing it?
Okay.
So we've got a few things here. So a few trends. Robert Irwin coming to a Lightning game.
Yeah, massive hype.
Play on.
Play on.
Yeah, play.
I'd agree.
Wait,
I feel
play
like
or
as
pass?
well.
What am I
Yeah,
saying?
pass or play.
Pass or play. You're playing
We're
that.
playing. That's massive
playing that.
play. Like that
Yeah.
is the biggest
And-
thing that.
Watch the whole game.
Yeah.
Like, didn't just come for a fancy.
No, yeah,
Hi,
big
I'm
play,
here. Promo.
yeah.
Bye bye. He came and I
was
was
locked
sitting
in,
on the line where
locked
he
in.
was. Like he was a few seats away from me, and
Yeah.
you could hear him.
Yeah.
He's in it. Like he's on his feet. He's absolutely in that
Yeah.
game,
play.
glued to what's going on. So huge play there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huge play. Oh, this is another big one. So next one is Stanley Cups. I feel like this was
Pass.
huge.
Pass.
I would
How
agree.
do I put that in my backpack without it? You know.
Did you have one though when
I
it was
do
going
have
out?
one,
Yeah.
but I didn't. I hated it because you can't carry it to training in your backpack 'cause it's going to leak, and the straw bit's just like out
Gross.
to the open.
Yeah. I'd
Huge
agree.
pass.
Do you see my logic here?
Yeah,
No, I would agree
You
with
know,
Close
you
that
can take the
lid,
straw out
protect-
and use it as a twisty top.
But and then
You see a lot of like, I think it's very
the
like
handle feels a bit like a watering can. too,
trendy
like-
for the young kids in school.
Yeah.
They
No,
love it.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
having their little nails. Like,
Sorry, Stanley, but
I love you.
yeah.
Coachella 2025. Were you across
Oh, no. Pass.
pass?
I saw like a few of the Aussie influencer world
Yeah.
outfits, but nah, pass.
Yeah.
Pass.
I didn't even stay up to date with who was wearing what or anything, but usually I'm like, damn, they looked good at Coachella.
See, I was following
Can
the
you imagine-
artist for sure. Tyler,
No.
her performances at Coachella was crazy. I was all over that. I was
Yeah.
watching that.
See, that's your jam.
That is my jam.
That's not my jam.
I would like that. But I didn't really follow like all the influencer
Yeah.
outfits. I don't really care for that, to be honest. I care for the artist.
Fair play.
Yeah, that's what it's for.
Oh, this one's like an interesting one too, because I personally, this might be controversial, but I don't really like this next artist. But Katy Perry tour.
Yeah.
When I say don't like, I mean as in her music I probably don't tend to
Yeah,
favorite
probably
it.
pass.
Yeah, she's cool though.
Yeah.
How about her going up into space
Yeah,
for a
that
brief
was
8 seconds, I think it
Yeah.
was, something like that.
nah, pass.
What'd she do?
I can't-
She went to space.
yeah,
They
When?
fully flew her up to space.
When?
like a
Put
couple
her
of weeks
tour
ago.
dates
Are you
and
kidding?
places on this
Yeah.
thing, showed it to the camera, and then held up a daisy.
Yeah, in like
It's
this
actually
little,
in a big
riveting
space.
footage.
like a little,
riveting
not
footage.
big. It was like a
Can
mini.
we pull that up after this? I need to watch this.
Yeah.
What the heck? How much would that cost?
I feel like that was to help like get
8
her.
million. 8 billion.
Million.
I feel like that
Oh.
was to help her get her.
Hold on, I'll
To
show you
a-
right now.
Well, because she needs more exposure.
Well, she's got like Taylor Swift to compete with. You know.
Wow. Imagine just like having that ability to go, I've woken up today
I'm just gonna go to
and I've decided
space.
my next tactic. Oh my gosh. See, that looks kind of fake though. Is it not fake?
There are a bit of.
Oh my God, she's having a ball. You know, how long would
They
it
just
take
sent
it?
all these women
That's
up
crazy.
in
How long
space.
would
Yeah.
it taken to...
We love you, Katy Perry.
That's pretty cool, Katy Perry, actually. I'll rate that. How long, like, how fast is it? Like, how long are you up there for? I don't get it. Like,
Don't look at me. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
Liz.
it's 10 minutes.
How long are you up in
$8
space?
million for 10 minutes?
If I had that much money though,
I'm not
Come
going
on.
to, I'm not
She
using it on
released
space.
her tour,
Surely you're going to
location and
space.
dates on that trip.
yeah, it was a
It was a marketing
Okay.
plan.
Clearly genius. I didn't say it.
yeah
Huge.
part of the plan.
But I don't think I wasn't aware of it, so it didn't work.
Yeah, same.
Didn't work for me. Now it's your turn to talk. Enough from us. We're going to
Enough.
throw it to listeners for voice notes, stories,
Ooh,
or
I
just
love
unhinged
this.
dilemmas and try our best to be helpful or at least entertaining.
Okay.
So we've got Brit and Em, the lovely ladies over there, who have a dilemma for us.
We should get them on camera.
All of my friends have moved to big cities, started new jobs, and are constantly posting what looks like a dream life. I stayed in my hometown for a bunch of reasons: uni, money, family, but now I feel behind. How do you stop comparing your life when everyone else's looks cooler?
This is me.
Or all of us.
Everyone can get a piece. Go, Lizzie.
See, this is tricky because obviously financially it's a big thing to move out of home, and like you guys know what that's like having to move away from your family, from your support, from everything. I think it's so much easier to say it than do it, but sort of you got to sort of stay in your lane almost and know that those friends are going to support you doing that. And if they're not, then they're not your true friends. You know what I mean? But I think it's probably setting goals. Like if you do want to move or go somewhere, how are you going to get there? Because I think financially that's probably the hardest.
Oh.
Like that's the first thing.
Yeah.
And you guys know moving away, like living at home. Like if your parents or family lived on the coast, would you like that?
It'd be a lot more financially stable.
Yes, exactly. So
That transition out of school too is like really rough, because when you're in school, you think that the people around you are your
Everything.
your absolute world.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And really, a lot of those relationships are by coincidence that you have to
Yes.
see them for hours every day. So
Yeah.
I found that like that first part of leaving school was like hugely different for me, because I was in a whole new area on the Gold Coast. I wasn't in my same environment. I wasn't with my friendship group. Like I think I probably have one that I really two that I keep in touch with. But
Yeah.
like that transition part and not comparing what they're all doing or what everyone else is all doing
Yeah.
is like, I think that's a very universal
yeah, and I
experience.
think like in your 20s, I think especially now, people are getting married at different ages, long-term relationships at different ages, buying houses at different ages, like having, so it's hard to like not think, okay, you know,
Where should I
I'm
be at?
30,
Yeah.
all my friendship groups are having kids, so we're in a different, you know, or, you know, I'm 25 and, well, it's probably a bit hard now with the buying house situation, but people are doing different things at different stages, or they might want to work longer and then start a family or look to buy a house. So it's hard to just look at, oh, we're both 24, we should be doing the same things, or
Yeah.
ticking
Yeah.
the same things
There's
off.
a little saying out there that comparison is the thief of joy.
Yes, I like that.
And yeah, I vibe with that a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like growing up as well in a sporting industry, you're constantly comparing yourself to other players your age.
Yeah.
where they're tracking on their journey, and like the end goal's all the same for everyone. We're all just gonna have different ways of getting there.
And like on that though, like I know that we're all still, I mean, like Rue and I, we speak about it all the time. Like I'm terrible at it. I'm always comparing. I'm always like, oh, like what should I be doing? Where should I be at? But like, I don't feel like, I don't know, Lizzie, do you feel like that ever leaves? Like, do you think that ever disappears? Like for me,
No,
I feel like that's okay. But
Yeah.
obviously it's a fine line of the education
Like,
piece of
does
going,
the
this is
Diamonds
what I'm.
captain compare herself to anyone?
Yeah, there's always that in the netball world. Yeah, there's always that because
outside,
you're
yeah.
constantly wanting to perform,
Yeah.
like no matter what you've done. So I think it's the same in life. You want to perform in whatever you do in your life. There's, everyone wants to have the best life, but you can't just look at everyone else because, like you said, you'll lose the fun in your own journey.
Yeah. And tracking along with like things that you like, obviously that's so different, like with
Yeah.
what the people around you like. And for us in netball, obviously we have netball in common, but every single thing outside of that with the direction that everyone wants to go with their careers, we're pretty much all different.
Yep.
Like we've
Yep.
got teachers, we've got
Yeah.
like nurses or everything around
Yeah.
that space. So I feel like everyone is very different in that sense, but it is like you can't
Yeah.
compare. Well, you
No.
can't get caught up in it,
Yeah.
but we
It's
all do
Honestly,
it.
like the advice that we'd give is like just be comfortable with like being on your own journey.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Well, that wraps it up, guys. The first episode done of Pass That Mic
Mike with Rue and Ava.
with Renae's. Thanks,
who's your,
Lizzie.
who's your next guest?
Our
We'll
next
have to wait and
guest.
see.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
no spoilers.
No spoilers.
Okay. That's okay.
Keep sending in your dilemmas, anything
Yeah.
that you want us to chat about.
Yeah.
We will.
Yeah, now that we've done this, now the public can get a good insight into, I mean,
The vibe
obviously
you
we'll talk
guys
about,
want.
yeah, the vibe,
Yeah.
but like we'll speak about different things each time, but they can get in on some questions and stuff and stories as well.
Good
Thanks so
job.
much,
Little
Liz.
kids, well done.
Cool.
Proud of you guys.
Interviewing you. Thanks,
Bye.
Mike.
Thanks, guys. Bye.